Honourable John Carter.
Mr Chairman, it seems an appropriate time to take a call, given that we've heard a number of concerns expressed by the opposition, and I want to join with the Minister in thanking George Hawkins and the Labor Party for putting forward the SOP that the Minister has indicated that the government will support. And I just need to say to the opposition that it wasn't just, oh, that's a good idea, we'll just accept that. There was a lot of hard thinking went on about the SOP that George Hawkins has put on, as the Minister has indicated, and I just want to tell you why. Because one of the criticisms we in the government have had, the Minister had, I've had, and the government itself has had, is that we've constantly had this from Aucklanders: we don't want you in Wellington running our city, thank you very much. Keep out of it. And so when there was this suggestion come forward that we make a direction to the Auckland Council, of course we then had to weigh up the impact of what was proposed as opposed to the fact that here we are directing Auckland. We weighed it up and we decided that on balance, given that the people of Auckland had expressed concerns about CCOs, that even though it was a direction in this case, that nevertheless the benefits to Aucklanders of being able to have access to the CCOs on a minimum of 2 meetings a year and actually have input and exchange at the meetings actually warranted us giving a direction in this case. But I want to point out to the opposition and to the Parliament that in the main our view has been that we establish a structure on which the Council can operate from day one, and then we leave it over to Aucklanders, to Auckland Council, to the local boards and to Auckland people. And as I said yesterday, it's the voice of Aucklanders who have designed this legislation. And Mr Chairman, I've got to say I've been puzzled by the constant asking by the other side that we should direct Auckland to do some of these things. I've looked at, for example, the SOPs put forward by Mr Twyford, saying that he wants the Local Government Commission to give effect to the local board powers from the 1st of November, and then he's saying that he wants the Auckland Council to have the sole responsibility for determining the structure. And it's occurred to me, I don't know why it's taken me so long to understand this, that we're a government who is permissive and actually allows people the opportunity to make their own decisions. Of course, I'd forgotten that the Labor opposition is all about control freaks, and they want to dominate everything, and they want to control everything, and so therefore they want to specify everything. And of course that's what's driving them, and I'd forgotten that, Mr Chairman. Now, Mr Chairman, I want to make one serious point to the House, because we hear this issue about local boards. So I want to draw the House's attention to a document that is now on the website that every person should actually have a read of, and it's called the Auckland Transitional Agency Summary of Feedback and Actions, Auckland Council Local Boards. It's actually on the web, www.discussiondocuments.co.nz. It's worth a read. It actually specifies, sets out the functions of the local boards that Lynn Pillay, for example, was just anxious that there wasn't enough power. I just draw the members' attention to this document. This absolutely gives the power to the local boards, specifies the functions. It's yet to be determined the additions in the local functions, but it actually makes it very clear that the local boards, Mr Chairman, are sure as heck going to be pretty busy. And so we had this separation of regional and local. It was always an intention, as was the intention of the Royal Commission, actually, Mr Chairman, was the intention to have the separation. But the one thing that the opposition seemed to have missed, and the one thing that the Royal Commission seemed to have missed, was actually it was pretty important to have a structure in place from day one that could operate. And I've got to commend the Minister and the ATA and all the officials that have been involved in setting up a structure that from day one can actually happen. We couldn't. It has been suggested, I know, by the opposition It has been suggested by the opposition that we could have just merely allowed the thing to roll over and then let the... Mr Chairman, Mr Chairman, Mr Chairman, Mr Chairman.
I call
Mr Chairman.
Jacinda Ardern.